Alrighty, hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're going to be discussing the patch notes for 1.5.7, and we have some new dev replies. Sorry, I just woke up, so I might sound kind of sluggish. I got to really get into it, but I thought, why not? Let's get right into it. And we have a couple of dev replies talking about 1.5.7, also some mentions to 1.5.8, which is the next patch that we should receive. I don't know the ETA on it. I would speculate probably be sometime next month, probably around like the middle of next month. That would be kind of my guess, but we shall see. It won't come out as fast as 1.5.7 came out. That one came out faster because it was kind of a smaller patch. It was big in size because it rewrote a lot of the files, but it was in terms of like changes overall, it wasn't as big as, let's say, 1.5.6, right? But yeah, we have a couple of replies here, and we're gonna see what the devs have to say, what the players have to say, and I'm gonna give my opinion like always. Let's get right into it. All right, so first we have a player. This guy helps a lot on the forums. Blood Griffin, shout out to you. You do a lot. And he's asking the dev a question, and then the developers are replying. All right, so here's the player. I noticed this too in one of my tests at the developer, although it was much later in the game and worldwide. Yep, this is the biggest issue with the recent bug fix. Honestly, 1.5.6 felt so good actually being able to recruit noble troops instead of being forced to get them through bandits, which doesn't make much sense in the first place. But I'll take it if the current rate of nobles stay like this. The least they could do is ensure more landowners, only notables, give noble troops. Start with close to 200 power. Okay, so there have been tweaks to nobles in the recent patch where there was way too many powerful nobles, and just overall nobles with so much. I think they count by influence, right, or whatever the. Oh no, they count by power. Sorry. Um, this number used to be huge just from the start of the game, and almost every noble was, there was no like small noble. They were all very powerful, right? So the change was, let me just go back here and just show you guys the change. Control F real quick. Where is it? Boom, boom, boom. Was it not here? Am I mistaken something? I'm pretty sure it was in this one, because I looked over these patch notes yesterday as well. Let me search up power. That'll be better. Here it is. Okay. So notables were starting with too much power. Nearly all had 200 plus power, which made them powerful. This has been balanced. 20% are now powerful, and 60% are influential, which is 100 to 200. Before, we didn't really see influential at all. Personally, I think this is a good change. And I think by noble troops, they mean like you have like the recruits, right? And then you have like, because like the recruits can only go up so far and they go to a specific skill tree. But then you have like this noble skill tree, which has its own like progression system. But they don't start from recruits. They start from like tier 3 and they go to tier 4, tier 5, tier 6 type of deal, right? Or tier 4, tier 5, tier 6, one or the other. And every single culture has a different type. For example, the Battanians, they have obviously, if you just get the Battanian recruit, whatever they're called, the clan warrior, if you get that guy, you can't upgrade him all the way to the very powerful archer that, is very, very overpowered in my opinion, but, I think it has its perks and its downfalls. But you need the highborn youth, which is, I think what's considered a noble troop, and he starts, I think, at tier 3 or tier 4, and then you can up him to the highest archer. But you can't get a recruit. You can't just get a recruit and then make them into that archer. You need to actually unlock some of the recruitment slots for the what's it called, the nobles in villages or towns, and then get them, because they're usually in the higher slots. But I like this change. I think that it makes a lot more sense. Obviously, they wanted to slow down how fast you get higher tier troops, because higher tier troops increases the wages by a lot, and there was a problem with there was a problem with an XP perk that made it so what's it called? So troops would level up way too quick, the wages would get way too high, and everybody would go broke. And every fight would be like, I'm facing off against all tier 5s or all tier 6s. And it just, it wasn't, I'm not going to say realistic, because, obviously, it's not supposed to be hyper realistic, the game. But at the same time, I think it makes a lot more sense that, if you're constantly at war, you're going to see a lot of tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 troops during the duration of the war. You're not just going to see back to back to back to back to back tier 5 troops every single battle. I don't think it makes sense. But yeah, what's it called? Let's see what he has to say about this. So people are saying that it is an issue. They can't really find noble troops now because of this. I don't know if that's a bad thing, though. That might just be me, because I played 1.5.7. I have a playthrough right now, and I'm doing Britannia only, and I finally reached the point after a couple hours of playing where I can recruit the highborn youths. I finally found like 1 or 2 villages that actually have them, and in my opinion, I think it's good that it's scarce. In my opinion, I think it's good that it's only in certain places and not in every place. That's just my opinion, though. Maybe that's not the opinion of the majority, but it is what it is. All right, so their response. I examined this issue and made some tweaks. For some kingdoms, 1.5.7 can have longer peace times compared to older versions. Actually, this is realistic, but we have to create more actions that can be done during long peace times. Boom! Hey, that's what I was talking about like 2 months ago, Because the talk was always about war, how to attack, how to take over. And the problem I always stated was there wasn't much to do during peace. So what's the point of staying at peace with everybody? For that small little tribute payment, when I could go to war and make 30 times the amount, There has to be stuff to do during peacetime. Yes, quests is a thing you can do, but when you're running a kingdom, you don't want to be fetching quests. You know what I'm trying to say? You should be doing some more important stuff as either the ruler of a kingdom or a high vassal of a different kingdom. If you're a vassal, very, very wealthy, you have a couple of fiefs and everything, you're not going to be running around delivering, 7 cows to, the noble of this town or this village. You need to do like either some type of either kingdom quest lines, like kingdom side quests that are kind of like more geared towards like vassals and rulers, or we need a big suggestion was if you're a ruler, you should have the ability, or even if you're a vassal and you own a town or a castle, you should have the ability, because there's a lot of perks. I'm sorry, it's like a run-off sentence, but what I'm trying to say is there's perks already in the game that benefit your settlement if you wait in it, or benefit you if you wait inside your settlement, right? So we need stuff to do in that settlements, because I'm not going to just wait in my settlement and just wait the days out, get my wage to just, completely destroy my income. I'm not going to do that. Give us something to do in there. Obviously, feasts are an option. I think they should be brought back. I don't see a reason they shouldn't be brought back. I don't know if they're planning to bring it back. It sounds like something that should be brought back. Maybe they're saving you all the way to the end for kind of like a celebration, like, hey, the game's out, here's your feast, here's this back. Maybe that's happening. I have no clue. But feast, I think, should be back in the game easily. Now, I think traditional marriages should also be back in the game too. Those were fun, you spent some time in there, you got married. Cool. I think, what do you call it? A lot of players talk about a feature where you can sit on your throne, right? Either the castle, the town, or if you're a ruler, whatever place you choose, right? You sit there, and then people come up to you in the town, whether it's nobles, it could be the gang leader, it could be just a random shop owner, it could be a townsperson. They will give, they will talk to you about stuff that's going on in the settlement or going on in their world, and then give you options of stuff you can do. And based on what you can do, you either get plus reputation or minus reputation, or plus loyalty or minus loyalty, or plus security or minus security. Just overall, just something interactive to do to pass the time, to make it worth passing the time in peace and not just constant war. So there's my spiel. I'm really going off on it. We still haven't even gone past the first post. But all right. So dev continues. Until these are ready, best is reducing long piece times. Until these are ready. Ooh. So there is something being worked on in the back. That's cool. Okay. I'm trying to add these tweaks to reduce long piece times to 1.5.8. About other issues, I added a plus 0.1 power boost for notables at villages which are connected to castles. So at these villages, notables will be a bit more powerful. We'll also change powers at start and give a bit more notables which are bound by a castle. So there will be a bit more 200 plus power landowners at these villages. Interesting. So obviously, this has been a talk that developers have had with players where they want to, obviously make the castles, because castles are strategic points that are supposed to be hard to siege. They're supposed to have some type of power dynamic. A town is more for commerce. You know what I mean? It's more for people. It's more, you got the tournaments. You got the what's it called? The workshops. It's more for economy, and you know what I mean. Like it's not a war type of thing. It's more to just prosper. But a castle is like a bodyguard. You know what I mean? It's like a bodyguard for the town. You know what I mean? It's like a shield and a sword at the same time. It's not. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but it's a strong fortification, right? And it should have something to do with it should somehow what's the word for it that I'm trying to say? It should improve your I'm really trying to think of the word. Your power capabilities or your army capabilities. It should improve something. And with this change, as you can see right here, they're kind of starting to do it where they're going to give notables a power boost if they're connected to castles. Therefore, you'll find more noble troops in these in these villages near castles. So it might be worth taking a castle, because right now the problem is castles are just a really mini version of a town. You know what I mean? When you want a fief, you want a town. You really don't want a castle. You know what I mean? It's like that meme where they're like, you're like, oh, I want McDonald's, and the father or the mother is like, we got McDonald's at home. It's the same thing. You want the town, but then you got the castle at home. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it feels right now. But I feel like if you add more stuff like this, you need a lot more stuff like this. This is just a little bump in the right direction. But yeah, I think it's a good start, and I think we need to keep going on that. Alrighty. Yeah, very interesting. There it is. You hit two problems at once. Okay, with the notables. Yep. Okay, so one person said that they don't. What is this? I prefer that you don't. There are quests, trading, etc. that I would like to do during peacetime. That's not enough. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. It's not enough. And I think once you've done it in one playthrough, it's like, you know what I mean? It's not enough. I think we need more stuff to do than just this. While I do understand people do enjoy this, yeah. And you could say Smith, and you can also do, but it's broken. It's completely broken right now. If it wasn't broken, then there would be more stuff to do during peacetime. If smithing was a better system, yes, I would do it more during peacetime. I don't do it because I think it's, I'm not gonna say scummy, because it's definitely fun, but it's not like, especially if I'm doing a YouTube playthrough, it's not fun to watch. So, yeah. But I think we definitely need more stuff during peace times. All right, Dev makes another statement. Also ask team to allow 200 plus power headmen to give elite troops like landowners, rural notables. If accepted, I will add it. Give elite troops. Ooh, does he mean like tier 5, tier 6? Or those considered? I don't know the qualifications for these different what's it called? These different I guess nicknames for the troops, elite troops. Is that tier 5, tier 6, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6? I'm guessing, right? But that's something that he's going to bring up, and if it does, get accepted, he will add it. And then some numbers that are related. Dev states, at the start of the game, we have 273 villages. It doesn't feel like we have that many villages, but that is a lot. That is a lot. And they have 273 headmen, which are, I'm guessing like the guys who own the villages, and 436 notables. Okay, spread apart in these 273 villages. Currently, only 93 rural notables at game start with 200 plus power, so only 13% of villages notables give elite troops. So they already give elite troops. I'm confused. I'm sorry. We have 63 times 200 plus power headmen. If they started giving elite troops too, then we will have 21% of village notables giving elite troops. Okay, so what he's saying is, okay, so 13% as of right now give elite troops. If he adds the 63 headmen to that, then 21% of village notables will be giving elite troops. Now, I think I'm okay with both, personally. I don't know what the drastic change would be from 13 to 21. Obviously, more wages, maybe faster replenishment of very powerful troops. But I think what's it called? What is that? 8% increase isn't the craziest thing. If we currently have 13%, I'm okay with it. Might be okay with 21%. You know, if it does get accepted, I don't think it'll be a huge change. I think it will be a little increase, but I don't think it'll be anything too drastic. I do not have a problem with it. But all right, player states that might not be a good idea. I will try to explain my take on this. All right, let's read it. In some of the patches, village notables were so powerful that all the recruits were noble liners, and it would become a problem to get regular troops. Towns are good because you can always get your regulars no matter what. If you change that, we might face the very same problem as before, because we might lose the biggest pool of regulars. I have epic I can't pronounce stuff. I can't do it. Listen, I play this game so much, but I can't pronounce any of the towns, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna call it epic. All right. I have epic now, and this is where I get my palatines. Oh, I need only palatines, not heavy cav. The same goes for Sturgia. I like my heavy cav, but I like my heavy axeman more. Okay, I understand his take on this, but I'm pretty sure these 13% village notables, not all their slots are elite troops. You know what I'm trying to say? It's a percentage of their slots that become elite troops, but it's not all their slots. So it's not like these 21% will not have any regular troops, if that kind of makes sense. And these headmen are spread across, all of the land. It's not just like in one specific area. But let's see what the devs has to say. I get what he's saying. He wants, still to be a good, good amount of every type of troop, not just elite troops. But I don't think this is going to be as drastic as he thinks. But all right, let's see what the dev has to say. I edited an original post and gave numbers. Currently 13. Okay, so this percentage wasn't in there when he what's it called? Made this reply, which makes sense. Okay, so all he read was this. Also asked team to allow 200 plus powerful headmen to give elite troops at like landowners. Okay, so when he read this, he probably thought to himself like, "Oh my God, almost everybody's gonna give elite troops, and the regular troops are gonna go." Okay, I understand. Okay, from that perspective, I get it. That was like the problem he was having because that sounded very drastic. But with the numbers added, I'm pretty sure his opinions changed a little bit, right? So Dev continues, currently 13% of village notables give elite troops. If this suggestion is added, new ratio will be 21%, so no big change. Still 79% of village notables and 100% of town notables will give regular troops. There it is. And yeah, here you go. He said, okay, sounds good. There it is. It was just a misunderstanding. All right, then we have another question. In some of the patches, village notables provide a recruitment pool that consists of notable lines up to 70%. I had to mark villages that only provide regulars. Okay. And then Dev replies, yes, this was an issue that was broken in 1.5.6. and most of village notables were giving elite troops. However, when we fixed the problem, this time 13% of village notables start to give elite troops, which is low in my opinion. So it might be a drastic change. So if you are playing 1.5.7, it might be a drastic change for you, because it was broken like he states, but in the next patch it should be fixed. That looks like it's about it. He says definitely low. Hopefully this change is accepted. There it is. And that will do it for the changes. So pretty much just a lot of talk about notables and troops. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully it was informative. Ask me any questions, any concerns, and like always, stay safe.